Ahoy, thinkers. Welcome to week 42 of Thinking Game Trivia and me, Quizmaster Jack's playthrough of Buzzword. This week, as you know, is the answer to life, the universe, and everything. Week 42, 48, getting into... we're not even getting into. This is the final stretch. And we're good for it. You got to win. You win the marathons in the last few weeks. You know, when you run a marathon and it takes 48 weeks. Anyway, question one.
A 2023 performance by this singer included a 10-minute set by the DJ Crystal Mess. This singer removed an ice skating routine from a chaotic 2023 Coachella headlining set that featured his songs Pink and White and Bad Religion. For 10 points, what singer made the albums Blonde and Channel Orange?
I have no clue. I think they identify as non-binary, but okay. Yep, Frank Ocean, that's a name that's out there. I have no knowledge. No real knowledge about Frank Ocean.
In a 2017 arc, this character atoned for working for Hydra by using James Rhodes's War Machine armor. In 2022, he began using a new symbol inspired by a Japanese demon after his old symbol was appropriated by the far right. For 10.
It's gotta be the Punisher then. Yeah. Punisher. His skull logo is very popular with people who aren't very cool. And there's a whole comic strip about, or they had one thing in one of the comic books where the Punisher is like, no, you guys don't get it. That's not what I'm about. That's not what you should be about. It's bad business.
In one portrayal of this character, his childhood friend Victor is murdered by his sister, Eurus. A version of this man, played by Henry Cavill, has a younger sister named Enola.
That's Sherlock Holmes. Because Henry Cavill plays Sherlock Holmes in the Enola Holmes duology of movies starring Millie Bobby Brown of 11 fame.
This group originally worked as the sidekicks to Ted Healy in the film Soup to Nuts. This group's appearance in Hold That Lion is the only time all three Howard brothers and Larry Fine were on screen together.
It's the Three Stooges. The Howards? Yeah. The Howard brothers. Wow, what's their name? Why can't I remember the name of the Three Stooges right now? Luckily, I didn't have to name the name. Name their names. I could just say the Three Stooges. Yeah, I got nothing. I got all Marx brothers up here right now. I have no Stooges.
On Deadwood, a large man with this surname is a bodyguard for George Hurst and is called Captain. It is the surname of Will, played by Orlando Bloom in the Pirates of the Caribbean film.
Said Turner. His dad, Bootstrap Bill Turner, played by Stellan Skarsgård. I don't know anything about Deadwood, but I know Pirates of the Caribbean, at least the first movie, very well. There was a summer where I honestly just like had it as background almost constantly while I was living on campus at my college in between years. Got a lot of use out of my PS2 as a DVD player, just putting in Curse of the Black Pearl and having it on in the background over and over again. Good times.
In one song, this man reflects that he ought to leave young thing alone, but her absence creates only darkness every day.
It's Bill Withers. That's Ain't No Sunshine. When she's gone, I know to leave young thing alone, but ain't no sunshine when she's gone. Oh. I did the math on Ain't No Sunshine, and it's a very short song, impactful but short. And there's that sequence where he says, I know, over and over again. I think he says it like 23 times. Or maybe, I forget how many times he actually says, I know. Editor Jack will let us know. But it makes up like 23% of the song is Bill Withers going, I know, I know, I know, I know, over and over again. All right, zero on one of the music questions. Very strong buzz on the other music question. And what's the difference between the two? Saying lyrics of a song that Jack knows. General type of animal. I have a suspicion that this is the video game question.
The title hunter of these animals seeks to prevent the campaigner from acquiring the chronoscepter in an N64 first-person shooter. One of these animals hurdles cactuses in an endless...
That's dinosaur. They were talking about Turok in that first one. Turok, dinosaur hunter. Turok hunts a lot more than just dinosaurs in his game. There's also Dino Crisis, which was basically Resident Evil, but with dinosaurs. All right, still a strong buzz on a video game question.
This show introduced U.S. audiences to the Italian mouse puppet Topo Gigio. In defiance of this show's policy against drug references, the lyric "We Couldn't Get Much Higher" was sung by Jim...
That's Ed Sullivan, then. Yeah, because, We Couldn't Get Much Higher by the Doors in Light My Fire. Ed Sullivan wanted to change, and they were about to say what they changed it to, but I buzzed in and stopped them. And then there's the Simpsons joke about it, where Krusty is talking to the Red Hot Chili Peppers saying, can you change the lyric, what I got, I got to put it in you, to what I want is I want to hug and kiss you and give it away. It all comes back to the Simpsons.
In a 1928 story named for this character, a sculptor is inspired to depict this character with dragon-like wings following a nightmare. A mythos named for this character includes the short story The...
I mean, it's got to be just... What other mythos is there? The son of 1,000 goats. The ancient being which stirs and relax. It'd be the Cthulhu mythos, created by a not cool person who's... I think I've mentioned this on the channel before. Whenever there's been Buzzword, I've just been unable to come up with that person's name. I know the name now, but I'm just going to leave it in the work. That's the Cthulhu mythos. Inspiration for Arkham Horror, Call of Cthulhu, the RPG setting, and many other cosmic horror things, like The King in Yellow.
A 2021 film by this director was reportedly banned in Gulf countries because of the non-binary character Anybody's. Sammy watches the greatest show on earth at the start of a...
it's Spielberg. Yeah, because for West Side Story, Spielberg made the Anybody's character distinctly non-binary. In previous editions, it had been somewhat glossed over that person is probably a fluid gender. But I think they usually just made that character. I think they usually made that character to be a girl who wanted to be in the Sharks. I forget which one's the Caucasian gang and which one's the Puerto Rican gang. Whatever gang they were trying to be in. They usually made allusions to that character being a girl who wanted to be in the boys' gang. But Spielberg's version made the character distinctly non-binary. And that's it. Missed Frank Ocean very early, but still ended up with a pretty good score. I think that's a score that improves my overall. Not by much. Spoiler for... how this all goes. I'm probably locked into the position that I'm going to end up being right now. There's not really a lot of way to catch the person ahead of me or be caught by the person behind me. But We're having fun. I'm on to a pretty good position, a pretty good ranking on the overall leaderboard. I'm not ashamed of it, but I will be ashamed when I go over and get humbled by sports right now. Almost started the question when I wasn't recording. Second half of Buzzword, as usual, is sports. Let's see what they got.
Despite a lingering Achilles injury, this man had a double-double against David Robinson in an Olympic semifinal win. He out-rebounded Vlade Divac 15-7 in the gold medal game at the 1988 Olympics. For 10 points, what 7'3" star for the USSR and Lithuania is the father of the Kings, Demontis?
Oh. I got nothing. Sabonis, yeah. No hope there. 0 for 0 on first questions this week.
This quarterback nearly lost his voice after being kicked by a Saints player during the Bountygate era. In 2011, a knee injury forced him to leave an NFC Championship game against Green Bay. Kristen Cavallari was once married to...
It's Rex Grossman? No, it's Jay Cutler. Whew, saved it. Confusing my Bears starting quarterbacks there for a second. There's been so many of them.
In 2021, both this man and teammate Marcus Semien hit over 40 home runs. In 2019, this Montreal-born player set a single-round record for homers in the home run.
This is all adding up to Vlad Guerrero. On a team with Marcus Semien. Semien was on the Blue Jays before he signed with the Rangers and recently won a World Series. Born in Montreal, Vlad Guerrero Sr. was a Montreal Expo for a while. That was a buzz that was putting the clues together and saying, this is really the only person it could be. So he had a football, a baseball, and a basketball in the first three. So this is probably hockey then.
In 2023, this NHL team's arena hosted the league's All-Star Game. Also in 2023, Jonathan Huberdeau was surpassed as this team's all-time points leader by Alexander Barkov. In the 2023 first round, this team upset the Bruins. For 10 points, what 8 seed lost to Vegas in the 2023 Stanley Cup Final?
Oh, who was in the final? Was it the Panthers? It was the Florida Panthers. For the giveaway, you have to really mull about. All right, we had one of the big four in the first 4 questions, so now we're in the Wild West. Could literally be anything.
This man's entourage, which included actor Miguel Nunez, was known as the Seven Dwarfs. In 1979, this man acquired the Fabulous Forum, the home arena of a team whose playing style he would dub Showtime. For 10 points, name this man whose daughter...
Jerry Buss. So that should count as a basketball question. Because Jerry Buss is very much known as a basketball guy. Owned the Lakers for a long time. Started up the Showtime Lakers. I'm going to say baseball here.
During a championship season, this team improved its infield defense by trading for Gold Glovers Orlando Cabrera and Doug Minkiewicz.
It's the Red Sox. Yeah, Minkiewicz, former Twin. Luckily, they didn't have us try to spell Minkiewicz's name. Boy, that's impossible. Former Twin, longtime Twin, man at first base for us. Went over to the Red Sox, and he actually caught the ball on the ground out. That was the final out of their curse-breaking World Series. And then there was some drama after that about where the ball was. Little Dougie Minkiewicz forgot where it went after that. There was some controversy. And you can see when the Cubs broke their curse on the ground out. Who was at first? whoever the first baseman was that caught that ground out that the Cubs won, you can see him put the ball in his back pocket right away, so he knows where it is. Which in a move that I think had to be related to all of the Red Sox drama after they won their title.
This quarterback beat Steve Young on the road in a 1992 game that notably had no punts. This man threw for 83 touchdowns with the USFL's Gamblers before joining his only NFL team, where he threw 65 TD passes to Andre Reed. For 10 points, what quarterback lost 4-19?
Is that Sims? No, Jim Kelly, not Phil Sims. Yeah. Oh, lost all the Super Bowls with the Bills. Yeah. Jim Kelly, that's just a bad buzz on my part. I knew who they were talking about, just didn't have the right name. No punts in the game they mentioned, but a full-on punt by me there.
In 2020, this team introduced the quickly banned dual-axis steering on its W11 car. From 2014 to 2021, this team won every F1 Constructors' Championship with such drivers as Nico Rosberg and Lewis Hamilton.
Yeah, it was
For 10
Lewis
points,
Hamilton
what
drive for.
F1 team nicknamed the Silver Arrows originally had a name including Benz?
That is Mercedes. I could figure out the other one when it was Red Bull Racing, since they would have to export their engine making. But when it's an actual car company that has a team, that just couldn't know it until the giveaway.
In 2021, a coach with this surname was suspended for saying his team needed to stay on the plantation.
Ooh.
A player with this surname scored 3,000 points in his college career when he was coached by his father Greg at Creighton. For 10 points, give the surname of a forward nicknamed Dougie McBuckets.
0 for 0 in basketball. Dougie McBuckets. McDuncan. Dylan McDermott? Derwin Mulroney? All right. Never. Impossible for me to get these right. Not impossible for people to get right, just impossible for me to get right.
A participant in this event refused to play unless ABC removed commentator Jack Kramer. The loser...
Nah, I'm just going to go for it. Yeah, that's what it had to be. There's no way it was going to be anything. This event, that was all meta intuition there, which can get you points. It's a risky move, but it'll get you points. I turned off my targeting computer on that one. That's it for week 42 of Buzzword. I had a good time. Put up a good score in pop culture, despite missing the first question. Not so great score in sports, but that's just how it goes. This is the 42nd video of these. That's you just know how that goes. Speaking of the 41 other videos, you can go check those out on the channel. Like this video and subscribe to the channel. And if you like Buzzword, they got games going. Head over to naqt.com/buzzword to check it out. That's it for me, Quizmaster Jack. Hope you enjoyed watching. We will see you next time.